Inuvialuit and welcome to SUAANGAN. I am your host, Inuvialuit. Since we visited the youth center in Inuvik last year, it's been through some ups and downs. There was vandalism in town and the center had to shut down for a month. Now that it is up and running again, we take a look at the center and what it is trying to accomplish. You are watching SUAANGAN, our strength, right here on APTN.
We've seen a big change in what the youth center is. We've went from more just a drop-in center to programming every night. Real educational services going on, kids learning and kids getting involved. So that's the direction we're trying to go.
We're basically here to provide a safe space and a safe and positive space for the youth of Inuvik, so everyone can come here and feel welcome, and it's a chance for the youth to hang out with friends and also develop some of their social skills and academic skills and sports and creativity and that kind of thing too.
I like the games, the music, and computers.
I like one computer or else do arts and crafts. We're making glue. Glue? Yeah, this is glue.
The biggest thing that we're trying to accomplish with the youth center is to provide opportunities, to provide a safe place for kids to not only hang out, but also to provide programming and opportunities for kids to learn, to grow, and to get involved. Busier kids are happier kids. Happier kids are healthier kids. So it's a full cycle. We had a number of break-ins in town, and a lot of people have been concerned. And for the most part, kids in this town aren't bad, but a lot of them don't realize the impact of what their actions have. That has a real negative impact on the youth center, because there's a segment of the community who feel that the youth center is just a place where kids hang out and negative things happen. So when there's a rash of break-ins and vandalism and things like that in the community, it just gives more power to the people who believe that the youth center is not really accomplishing anything.
It was too boring when the youth center was closed.
When people were destroying things, what did you think about that?
It was stupid. It was dumb. It was mean.
Why was it mean?
Because kids steal.
Why do you think people do that?
Because they're bad. They just don't have feelings.
They have what?
They don't have feelings.
I don't know why people vandalism this place and ruin it and steal the equipment that we need and everything that we could do, but people like vandalism the youth center that kids usually go to hang out instead of just being bored at home.
I don't know, just not so much things you could do. Having a hard time finding things to do besides just hanging with friends.
My name is Philip Jacobson. I'm 23 years old, and what I'm doing here is my practicum for the Rec Leaders program. It's a 2-year program at the college here. For the kids, I'd like to be able to get them to want to do things for themselves instead of always having youth workers doing it for them. As you see, some of the kids are like, when are we going to do this, when are we going to do that? But like, what I usually say is when you want to put it together and try to get them involved as much as I can. That's the biggest goal anyways, to get them to learn how to put together programs for themselves without any help. Well, some of the programs that we're offering at the youth center is the literacy program. There's the Arctic sports program, which is going to start up on Sunday. So the pool league coming at the swimming pool, sports night.
So what are you doing?
We're going to water for more than 10 seconds. 1, 2, 3, let's go.
It would be great also to have a space which offered programs that built skills and also sort of self-esteem in certain ways. So find out what they like to do and then help them learn to do it better or in different ways that they can sort of bridge the gap into finding work later on.
It's kind of cute.
It's bad to do vandalism and do the stuff to the center because it's your grass.
Why do you think people do it?
Because they're nothing to do and they want to be bad, like other people. They want to be cool.
I imagine there's a lot of pressure on people to engage in sort of unproductive behavior and sort of harmful behavior when there isn't an alternative place to go. And I think a lot of it is a form of maybe proving yourself. And maybe the youth center offers an alternative place where people feel comfortable living up to a different expectation. Because the youth center is a place which is drug and alcohol free, people can feel like valid in saying, I'm not going to drink or do drugs because I'm going to go to the youth center.
Maybe they're just trying to be cool or something.
Do you think it's cool?
Not that much.
Okay. What do you think is cool?
Maybe trying to be nice.
That's what we're trying to do, is provide physical, emotional, psychological opportunities, educational opportunities that kids want to get involved with, artistic, music, art, different things at the different programs that are going on, so that, you know what, hey, this is cool. Get kids involved and realize that getting involved is actually cool. Hanging in front of Northmart when it's minus 30. That's not cool.
What do you think about the youth center, Bernie?
It's fun. You can do anything here.
We want to make this kind of bracelet. You can give it to your girlfriends.
Kids have a need to be heard and to express themselves, and so to channel that into other means too, like it's a valid need.
Lauren, can you show me?
You want to measure all the way up to 33? No.
What is that going to be?
No, you don't have to. You measure up to 11.
Other than the youth center, there's really not much else going on for the younger kids when they're like 12 and under. And I think that's where we should focus to catch them at the younger age before they get to that older age where they don't have to care and they become teens and they're reckless and whatnot. So it'd be good to get them involved in programs and to teach them how to program, so as they get older, they'll be able to do it for themselves.
You're watching SUAANGAN right here on APTN. Welcome back to SUAANGAN and more about how to combat vandalism.
Are you bored a lot?
Yeah, sometimes.
What's so boring?
Inuvik,
Why is it boring?
because there's nothing to do.
A lot of it's boredom, because there aren't a lot of things to do. Sure, you can go swimming, you can go skidooing and tobogganing and all that stuff, but that gets boring after a little while, and then kids have nothing else to do.
Not enough good stuff around the town to do fun stuff. No good indoor activities. We have the youth center, but
If you want to be involved, you can be involved because there's things to do. If you choose to be bored, you're going to find ample opportunity to sit in front of Northmart, sit in front of Max, and be bored and walk around. So programs and activities are there, whether it's the things that the youth center do, the programs that we run, school programs, sports programs. There are things to do. The question is whether or not kids are willing to use them. It's not boredom, but it's their choice to be bored.
I have two daughters, one is 9 and one is 6.
What are sort of like the challenges that you face with bringing up your kids here in Inuvik?
Trying to keep them active all the time. Instead of staying home all the time, they go play around and do stuff with friends. And just trying to keep them active instead of, I think it's the best thing for kids is to keep them active all the time. Keep them interested in stuff.
I graduated from this school too, and there certainly wasn't wrestling and fiddling and a lot of the other organized sports for children this young, and so that is an improvement.
What do you like doing?
Oh, I'm the wrestling.
So here we're doing a amateur wrestling program here in Inuvik. We have a team with the elementary school for the grades 4 to 6. We also do one here with the high school for grades 7 to 12. The tournament coming up in Yellowknife this next weekend. So we've been training the kids since the beginning of November, so about 2.5 months now. and we're going to have 25 kids coming down, 15 from the elementary team and 10 from the high school team.
When you're down there, you are really going to wrestle. You are wrestling for medals. There's gold, silver, bronze. Double leg takedown! Ready?
In wrestling, I have one daughter. First of all of my kids that ever took up wrestling, actually. She's 9. A little too young to be leaving home for wrestling, but she really enjoys it.
The response has been great. Actually, at the elementary school level, I had even greater response than I expected. I thought we might get 20, 25 kids, and we ended up getting 40, and I think as many as 50 at some practices. They're having so much fun, and they're having a great time, and just to see them evolving from coming in knowing nothing and just coming out being little miniature wrestlers is great.
4 daughters.
And what are the ages?
10, 9, 7, 6.
They're all here wrestling?
Just 2 of them here wrestling right now.
Okay. What other kinds of activities do your daughters do?
They do basketball, hockey, soccer.
Okay.
A lot of activities at home and a lot of activities outside the home.
Okay. So you guys are constantly
active,
on the go.
Full schedule.
The benefits for wrestling would be just overall fitness. They also learn good balance skills, good movement skills. It's a positive activity to do, giving them some self-motivation, self-discipline, some confidence in what they can do. I think it's a good time to sport for at-youth risk as well, for kids who have aggressive tendencies, because it's a combat sport, but it's controlled and it has rules. It gives them a chance to get out maybe some of the aggressions they have inside themselves in a structured setting. So they have rules that they have to follow, and they have coaches who are looking after them. But it can work really well for kids who have sort of the more aggressive tendencies and are at the at-risk type of behavior. Good group of parents involved with them too, which is one of the key things. I mean, the parents are the big drivers behind the kids and making sure that they're doing the right thing.
I'm busy with them, taking them here and there every day, all the time. So if they choose to go into the activities that are available, there's lots available. I don't think there's any challenges here that you wouldn't find anywhere else. You know, making sure they do their homework, making sure they stay on the right path, and you know, just trying to encourage them to join anything that they can and take advantage of that. I think that as long as you keep them busy and you support them and you take them to the activities and you don't just drop them off like it's a babysitting service, and you just try and be a good role model yourself, that's about the best you can do.
Parental participation, I think that's the biggest thing. Because if you get the parents involved, to get them to back you up, I think that'll get the kids a lot more involved and more responsible as it goes along.
Most of the parents don't get involved with them. They're busy doing something else. It's the only way you can cut down on violence. The parents got to be there with their children. You just can't be doing other things, bingos and gambling and stuff like that. That's where all the problems start. When the parents don't know what their kids are doing.
Like their parents are probably just at home sitting around or playing poker or something.
There are youth as well that you know, that we do deal with occasionally, that I've sat down with and said, you know, why are you doing this? You know, and predominantly a lot of youth will say to me that, you know, their home environment is not that stable, you know, and they're lashing out, or it's a cry for help. Because if we find youth out at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, there's a reason for that. You know, maybe there's a problem at home or something else like that, you know, and we've found situations where that has occurred, and yes, unfortunately we have to intervene as an organization, but we also work with our partners like Health and Social Services to help us, to assist us in ensuring that the children are safe and that they are getting the basic necessities that they need at home.
I feel very offended when they say it's the parents, because a lot of these kids that are in trouble today, their parents are, you know, like, they come from good homes. Some of them come from really good homes. Some come from torn homes. Some come from no homes at all. Some are fostered out, and, you know, so you can't blame the parents. It could be society. It could be anything. But I wouldn't say it's boredom. There's a lot for them to do out there. They just have to go out and look for themselves.
You're watching SUAANGAN right here on APTN. Welcome back to SUAANGAN, and let's see what some of the kids are up to.
Do you think boredom is a huge problem here in town?
Yeah, there's not a lot of stuff to do here. That's why I'd go snowboarding or skateboarding. Once we started getting better and better at skateboarding and everything, we're like, man, we gotta make a video just for fun.
How many people were involved in the skateboard project?
Oh, there's like Andy Robertson, Lyndon Locust, Vaughn Gordon, Mark Robel. Took us about 3 or 4 months, mostly the whole summer, to get that whole video done. It takes a while because we have to put it on the computer and edit all the parts where we don't land, take them out, put the landing parts back in. God, Andy got a new camera, so just asked if we wanted to make a video, and all of us were like, yeah, we really want to do that, so let's do it.
Like, skateboarding is not enough?
Yeah, I know, can't get enough of it, you know. You just gotta skate all the time. A lot of little kids would just come and have fun and skateboard with us. They'd ask us to come. They'd be like, hey, can you come videotape us? We'd just look at each other and, yeah, I guess. There's always like at least 5 or 6 kids following us around and just want to have fun, and at least they're not out like trying to smoke or drink. And we just want them to hang out with us to have fun, doing good stuff, you know, like skateboarding, hanging out at the skate park, instead of trying to fight with kids or something. There's like not a lot of skateboarding spots in town, so we just go to the skate park, and all the other places we just make the best of it, you know, and just try have fun with what we got. I was thinking about trying to build a new skate park here, like go to that apprentice exam thing, try to become a carpenter. I just want to build a new skate park here. I just want the kids to have more fun than what I had when I was a kid. Because I know there'd be a lot of good skateboarders in town. There's a couple little boys that are good, and I think they can get way better if they had more stuff to use. So yeah, that's what I want to try to do, make a better skate park for the kids.
I want to make sure this is stressed highly, is that I don't want to stereotype. I mean, not all youth are a problem. I mean, I think in the community of Inuvik, we're probably looking at maybe 3 to 5%. People are very quick to say that youth are causing all the problems in the community, and that's totally untrue. You know, we do have a lot of youth in this community that are doing extremely well in school and extracurricular activities after school as well.
I've been doing this Arctic sports for about 7 years now. We practice 3 times a week. Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays.
That's it. Oh, that's it. That's his first try, dude.
I'm really hoping Arctic sports gets up because I'm very heavily involved in my culture.
We have the Canada Winter Games coming up in February. We're going to that, and then we have the Arctic Winter Games tryouts in March.
Kids come out, they're welcome to come out and try whatever. We're willing to teach them.
Why do you think that would be important?
Keep our culture going.
Makes them strong mentally, as well as physically, but mostly physically. As you get yourself stronger physically, that allows you to become stronger mentally. It takes some commitment to it, right? And if they're committed to these games, and which usually have like 3 practices a week, that gives them something to look forward to, and we set some rules and regulations for these athletes as well. And if they break these, then they're going to lose the chance to, or the opportunity and the privilege to do these games. And if they follow these rules and regulations, I think they'll keep them out of trouble a lot. And it's like its own community, especially as you travel for these games. It's all about camaraderie and friendship. It's not really to do with, there's competitions, but it's mainly a competition against yourself, eh? And as you push yourself harder to do better, and I think it'll help out in other aspects of their life too. It trains you, and as you're training, you have to focus. There's a lot to do with focusing in these games and concentration. And as you're practicing these games, doing the focusing and concentrating, you'll be able to do it in other aspects of life as well. It is an excuse. They are bored, there's nothing to do. It's because they're not doing anything for themselves. They expect everything to be done for them. And like I said, you catch them at a younger age and you teach them to set up programs for themselves. I think it'll be better for them in the future.
There are youth that make wrong decisions, but we as a community, we are all responsible for the youth in this community. It's not just the mom and dad that raise the child, it's a community that raises a child. And we all have to focus on that. We all have to be accountable to each other, and the youth are a part of us. I don't think Inuvik's any different than any other community in Canada. You know, I mean, there are youth in every community that do make bad choices in life. It's so important for people, and I've already said it once and I'm going to allude to it again, is that we have to get away from that. You know, not every youth in our community is a problem. You know, there's a lot of good youth out there. 98% of the youth out there are not causing problems. They're just being kids.
I myself have been in that situation where I've been underage drinking and making all these bad decisions, and sometimes I wish I didn't. I had a couple of run-ins with the law, and I've done what I did to show that I was sorry for what I did, and I paid the consequences anyway, let's put it that way.
You know, yes, you can make a mistake, but you have to understand there's some accountability with that mistake. You know, but at the same time, we want to work with you to correct the mistake, you know, to make it go away so that at least we won't be making those same mistakes over and over.
Everybody has to make decisions. We all make mistakes. You just have to get over those mistakes and learn from these mistakes. And hopefully when you get up to that decision again, you'll make a better decision.
And there's a large quantity of youth out there that, you know, understand that. You know, they don't even commit those crimes. But for the small percentage that do, they do as well correct their actions. You know, and they understand that they don't want this to follow them around for the rest of their lives. You know, yes, they make bad decisions. We all do. That's the reality of life. But that, again, I got to refer to, that's why there are erasers on pencils, so we can correct our mistakes.
Well, I wanted to go to school some more, transfer maybe to a university and try to get a degree. But like I said, I have my son. I can't just pick up and leave him just like that. So he'd have to be in my plans for sure. I really don't want to leave this region, like the Beaufort Delta. I think there's a lot of great things that are going to happen for the future, and I'd like to be a part of it. And like I said, there are a lot of kids, and there are a lot of kids back home I'd like to help too. But I just need the community to get behind me on that as well.